I'd like to welcome Dave Marshall, who is founder and CEO of Mongoose, which helps colleges and universities streamline communication with students. I'm curious about what some of the issues you're seeing in terms of improving student experience, especially around engaging with students.
I think that I am excited that I have a kind of a unique perch on which I can kind of watch what's happening in higher ed. We have 750 schools that use our tech to text and chat with students. So we hear every day about the challenges and what's working and what's not working. And I always think that higher ed is so full of staff that are compassionate and empathetic and caring and that want the best for their students. The real challenge is getting them connected with the actual student. The types of communications that are most prevalent on campus are kind of this broadcast messaging, alerts, and there's so much of it, it just kind of fades into the background. And schools that can be really successful, I love the high impact people, right? That can have real conversations with students and get them connected to the resources that can help them.
Mm-hmm. So one of the things that you and I talked about are some of the concerns you're seeing in those communications from students. Are there any ones in particular that you wanted to raise?
Students today now have real concerns. Our clients are often asked about, are there going to be layoffs at this institution and how secure should I really feel? We spoke a lot about the myriad of responsibilities that today's students have. They have family obligations. They have so much going on to, if the institution is able to provide responsive and immediate support, that's helpful. And part of, if we were to make a list of like the top 10 issues, it might change day to day. So we've found that communication that is flexible enough, asking open-ended questions that allows students to take it in any way that they want to say that my car broke down, I need a new tire, because you're not going to write down, did anybody's car break down today, right? So if you can just have those conversations and see what comes up, that's really effective.
Mm-hmm. So keep it general, keep it flexible. Are there any other opportunities that you think colleges have to take advantage of to improve what students are experiencing on campus?
I think one of the tactics, if you want to call it that I've seen a lot of our clients be successful with is being a liaison between the students and the community. The community that the colleges are often in are rich with resources, and if the students are able to be exposed to those resources, that can be really helpful. I've also seen our clients not only have meaningful conversations with students, but with the workers at the institution that are exposed to the students, people that might work in food service or in security, and ask them what's going on, what's the pulse, how can we better connect and engage with our students.
Mm-hmm. That's a really great suggestion. And so, as a college is trying to get better at this, how do you track and measure if you're actually being effective? How can institutions know whether they're doing the right thing?
There's, of course, the very standard metrics of, app completion. Did they enroll? Did they persist? Were they retained? Did they graduate? So those high level metrics. But I would say be very open to the softer metrics, like how are we doing in event participation? What are the traffic patterns on campus? Where are they going? Are counseling appointments being used? And it really is being open to the softer metrics of that you can kind of get a pulse for how connected your campus feels. How many responses are you getting from a social post that was open-ended and helpful and asking for people to give feedback? So measuring and the engagement there is really helpful. But at the end of the day, it all does come down to metrics and around what's your retention rate, what's your persistence, and how many of the issues were we able to resolve successfully?